What do you think solitude is? Many people feel that solitude and loneliness are the same thing. This is not the truth. In fact, solitude and loneliness are two very different things.
Loneliness is a feeling of despair or depression from the fear of the absence of others. This is an unnecessary need for someone to be surrounded by others at all times. This fear may come from the fact that being alone may make others feel that they're neglected or unloved. On the contrary, solitude is a state of seclusion. It is not necessarily physical seclusion, but a separation of the mind from others. In the Christian discipline of solitude, the mind and heart are alone with God. This time with God can greatly help our relationship with Him and give us more understanding. It can also give us appreciation for the things we don't normally appreciate, and can give us inner fulfillment that we do not get from loneliness.
The main purpose of solitude is for being alone with God and strengthening your relationship with Him. God is open for this at any time, and solitude can be found in everyday activities, even such as shooting hoops.
Solitude is something we can experience in the regular things we do every day. Solitude is something that we can have whenever we're doing something normal, such as driving.
Although solitude is usually thought of as being alone, it can be practiced in the midst of many. Because solitude is not a physical state, the number of people around do not matter. Solitude is achieved by the soul, thus being able to be practiced among many. The most important part of solitude is connecting with God and His Word. So obviously, a great way to do this is by spending time alone and reading the Bible.
Solitude can completely change your perception about things. In solitude, we may think completely differently about the things we see, hear, and experience. In solitude, as I said earlier, we gain more appreciation for the things we see. Nature, something we see every day, is something that is commonly overlooked. Because it is around us all the time, we do not appreciate it. But in solitude, in the time we get alone, we can appreciate these things and see them as a wonderful creation that God has gifted us with. These are the type of things that solitude fulfills our minds with, that we cannot get just from being alone without the gifts of solitude.
Why do you feel solitude is important?
Well, I think it's an important gift that God gives us. It's so important to our well-being. One of the first things that comes to my mind is it allows me time for prayer by myself, time to talk to the Lord, be with Him on a personal level. It also gives me time, or any of us, time to truly think about things. Think about how all your loved ones are doing, how your friends are doing, how you're doing in your own life, changes you can make, improvements you can make. It also gives a wonderful time for enjoying things that you might not be able to enjoy as much with a lot of busyness going on around you. God's wonderful creation. Just simple things like trees and flowers and birds and skies. Just wonderful things that I just really, really enjoy when I'm by myself and nothing else is going on. Solitude is just a precious time to do things like read or really enjoy music by yourself in a quiet time. So to me, it's truly a gift from God. We're all so busy with all the things we have to do in our days, that when there is that time that you can just have solitude, it's just precious to me. And I think it's a gift from God that He really wants us to use.
Tasting you in rain, I walk down to the train, try not to look down. This day could someday be an anniversary. Everything is light and sound. Facing forwards, going slowly, wait for you to show me where this train wants to go.